zones, then something would have been done for them. Yes, they are clamoring for different things, but I mean, not least, of course, the release of Nnamdi Kanu. They are asking for it. We know that is something that has to be done. You will just say
Nnamdi Kanu to be
oh yes, yeah, of course.
Why do you think so?
Nnamdi Kanu has been in custody for some time now. I believe that he has been held unjustly. Many people feel that way.
As a lawyer, do you think so?
Oh yes. That
the judicial process is unjust?
Yes. Yeah, no, it has been. There's a lot of delays in prosecuting him and all that. If you want to get him tried and convicted, get on with it. But this is a guy who has been held unjustly, as I said, for so many months.
And the Buhari government started it.
I'm not talking about this government.
Trial. No, so the point I'm even making now.
I'm talking about the previous government under Buhari when
it's facing a judicial process right now.
Yes.
Saying it's unjust because the argument is that there should be a political solution, maybe a null prosecution. Prosecution should be established on that for the case to be withdrawn. But there are those who will say, well, there are allegations and it's left for the law for him to have his day in court, which is in process.
But as you know, there has been some pronouncements by the Federal High Court, which has not been respected. So his incarceration is the main reason for the crisis in Southeast.
But the crisis started before he was even arrested.
No.
The killings, the burning of police station, the killing of police officers and all whatnot.
Well, look, the problem in Southeast is very different from what is in the Northeast or Northwest and all those areas. The problem in the Southeast has to do with the perceived injustice by governments, successive governments. So what needs to be done? And one of it's why I'm here today, talking about the creation of states to make up the number up to 5. And then you have the release of Nnamdi Kanu. By the time you do these two things, I am almost certain that peace will return to Southeast.
Let me ask you this question, Senator.
I have spoken to so many youths in from Southeast, and they have assured me that that they are prepared to be engaged by us, by the leadership. When this is done, they don't want to die. The youths don't want to die. They want to go back to schools. They want to go back to their jobs. All they want is some level.
Nuisance lele.
Because Sheung can be like that sometimes. Some people say no all the time. Right? So Ned Nwoko spent a lot in promoting the creation of an extra state, at least one, to balance the created states across the country, so at least one for the eastern part of Nigeria. And according to him, maybe that is going to help reduce the perceived injustice in the eastern Nigeria. Politician. So every problem they create, they would monetize and then politicize, all to their own advantage, not for anyone else's. That was Ned. Now in Abuja, when Omoyele Sowore, Aloy Ejimakor, Emmanuel Kanu, and others were released, those who were kidnapped, illegally detained by these power-drunk police officers in Abuja, the commissioner of police and the police illegal IG, right? Illegal police IG, Igbetokun. So Sowore and others walked out of that Kuje correctional center. Is that what you call it? In Abuja, but they are very much in high spirits. The one I want to share with you. First, the walkout from their prison, and he said the cage or the gate of their prison can't really hold the revolutionaries when the time finally matured, and it's already ripened. And I believe here, Sowore.
Revolution, Aluta. Take over when we take over. People take over. Take over. Unoppressors can go run away. When masses take over, when we take over. When masses take over, street over street. When masses take over, street. Unoppressors, them go run away. When masses take over, everything come by struggle, by struggle. Sowore is a leader. Who is the king? Who is the man? Who is the man? Who is the APC is a terrorist. IGP is illegal. Who is a criminal? Who is a criminal? You are a leader. You are a leader. You are a leader. Bring them the Kanu now. 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 Yes. All right.
We would like you to speak to the press.
What is it? Back.
See the mic.
Immediately, they were let out of their prison. That was when they burst into that song. And they sang it right in the premises of their prison there, that Tifnumbu is a criminal. Who is illegal IG? Igbetokun is a illegal IG. So meaning, we are willing to go back if you want to send us back, if that makes you feel manly, as you've all been trying to do. Powerful people, powerful. You know, little men and women with power, and they feel so over, they are like pumped with their over bloated ego, right? So Sowore, in front of their prison, gave this welcome back speech, including Ejimakor, right? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's a lawyer, and his brother too.
Easy. You guys don't move. See, how far is this? Venga. Venga. Put it there. Yeah.
Finally, we've just been released from illegal, unjust, unwarranted, and inhuman detention by the Bola Ahmed Tinubu regime, orchestrated by his illegal IGP, and we're heading home. Hopefully. In fact, I'm supposed to be heading to Lagos for a protest for tomorrow. We are still checking on the flight.
Have you seen the warning from the Lagos State government?
They can warn themselves, they can't warn me. They can't warn me about my rights. They are the ones who have to warn themselves about their responsibilities. Nothing going to stop me. It's not the first time people who are paid to protect have become very likely responsible and only people who exercise their rights. They can't warn them.
Okay, now in the build-up to the protest, the police had actually issued a warning, and they said they will contravene that warning by entering into the restricted zone, which was why the lawyer of Nnamdi Kanu was also arrested. What's the word of
Nnamdi Kanu is here, but before he speaks, I'm not a lawyer. What I know is that if a court gives an order and there's a contravention of that order, you go back to the same court to complain to the judge. It's not the job of police to take it upon itself to be enforcing court orders that they had interest in. But even if they don't have interest in it, there was a court order issued by a judge saying don't go to certain areas. If you want to review the order, you go back to the court. If you want to complain that the orders were violated, you go back to the court. So the police, being an irresponsible organization in Nigeria, took laws into its hand. And I can guarantee you that those court orders were never served on us. If you look at the Schedule 3 of the court order, it says serve them by Friday. So no court order was served on us. But assuming it was served on us, even our courts understand that there are certain areas of boundaries we cannot cross when it comes to fundamental actions.
Okay, it's been alleged that the reason why you spent a long time in detention was because you called the Egbeto for a useless IG.
No, it's not useless.
Okay, so what's your word in terms of the justice system, seeing what played out when you were beaten and manhandled in the court?
It's not the first time. You must have seen a plethora of police attacks. Some of the police who attacked me had to fight for their retirement benefits a few weeks ago. So it's to also tell the police that are doing it now that they will soon meet their Waterloo. There's no question about that. But most importantly, our goal is to fix the country. We can't be going after small issues, including individuals. The country we want to fix, that's what is on our plate, not this individual police. I cannot be banding words, for instance, with the police PRO, who I know doesn't know his left from his right. I can't be banding words with the IGP, who I know is no longer in the police force. And you cannot be IGP if you are not in the police force. And they understand it. That's why they lose their mind. So I have been through about 7 presidents in my lifetime since probably more now, since 1992. Several police IGPs. Some of them have had to help in the course of. Some of them I had to assist where they were even still serving. Yes. So these are not issues that bothers me a lot. Anybody who is doing what they do knows that your second vacation home is prison.
The service chiefs, I need you to comment on that.
The service chiefs, let me tell you, I was the first to complain about that one who said he wanted to fence Nigeria. Musa, that one doesn't know his words. He's still even better than Egbeto. Egbeto should have been fired if Tinubu were to be serious. But I'm not an advisor to the president, and I particularly don't care what Tinubu does with his illegitimate regime, honestly.
So, Barrister Aloy, please, we would like you to share your experience considering the fact that
You heard all of that. So it's the turn of Aloy Ejimakor. Sowore will likely be rearrested again as he is headed to Lagos to go and empathize with the people of Oroshoki who have had their homes and their houses demolished and being offered peanuts. We're going to get to that part. But let's hear from Aloy and his own experience in this whole thing. A lawyer got locked up and he was like remanded in prison by a magistrate. So there is no spirit they call self-recognition or nothing because the power that be wanted them locked up. Just like that, then tortured, beaten because they could do it. Like something that, yeah, we can do that anyway. Right? Listen to Aloy.
Well, it's traumatic. Speaking honestly, it's traumatic for me. It's traumatic for my colleagues. Everybody, if you say it isn't, then you are traumatic in the sense of the manner of the arrest. It was very brutal. The people who were cooperating with the police were being shoved around, being beaten up. Some of them sustained injuries. Tear gas canisters were deployed directly at most of us. Two had impact on me. And in fact, if we didn't have strong lungs, some of us would have given up the ghost on the spot. I don't think that type of brutality has a place in a well-ordered modern society. This is the type of thing that we need to do away with in Nigeria. Even at the police headquarters, CID, Gariki, the command, they deployed canisters, several canisters of tear gas just to get us to bundle us into vehicles that will take us to Abattoir. You didn't need to do that because we were already under your control. So that's something that should be horrible and should be condemned by all and sundry. It is not good, it's unlawful, it's brigandage, and it is executive rascality in high places.
while you were in detention, now we are starting to hear that what is your opinion, considering the fact that you are also
When the protest was directed, let me make this clear, the protest was directed against the presidency, not against the judiciary. You know, there are things that come first. If the presidency or the executive branch of government does not put you up for trial, no court has the authority to initiate prosecution against you. So, if you know, it's a question of where to place the blame. I've noticed a lot of understanding as if we are protesting against the court. No, the court didn't initiate it. The presidency did. The attorney general did. So, if the presidency or the executive branch says Kanu's case should no longer be prosecuted, the court will have nothing to try. Exactly. This is our point. So those people saying that Kanu is on trial and we are interfering with judiciary, contempt of God, blah blah blah. No, come on, that's complete misunderstanding of the situation. Yes. It is Tinubu we wanted to talk to. You don't have any business prosecuting a man that has done nothing wrong. Yes. And a man you brought into the country under situation that offended humanity, international law, and even Nigerian law. Yes. You don't have a business putting him up for trial. So withdraw. Under section 174, I think, of the Constitution, he can direct the Attorney General to do a nolle prosequi. It was done for Sowore here, right? It has been done in history for a whole lot of people. If the presidency or the executive branch or the attorney general can say we are no longer interested in the case and that's the end of it, that was the purpose of the protest. Yes.
So, and I was the organizer.
He initiated it. Yes.
Okay, by backing up. In all of this drama that played out, 5 days back, what's your own stance?
Well, my own arrest is so traumatic. My own is a situation where the IG himself has become the chief terrorist of the Federation. And you know, they say corruption. Sir, I want to say something. I think there is possibility for us to take pictures now or later. I got one.